Surrey will move into third place in the second division of the LV County Championship table when they inevitably complete their second victory of the summer early on the last day of their match with Derbyshire at the 3A County Ground, after Surrey's spinners shed 8 wickets on the penultimate day. First up, they failed to get the 8 runs they needed off 8 balls to earn maximum batting bonus points, but Chris Tremlett then blasted Tom Taylor for a couple of big sixes, taking his tally of maximums to 4 in an innings which was increasing his side's lead, which was at 239 overnight. The visitors had begun the day on 392 for 8, and that had moved on to 413 when Tremlett went after Taylor again, only to find Tony Palladino at long off. The batsman had made a breezy 43, however. Surrey were all out for 421 when Jade Dernbach gave Mark Foote his 4th wicket of the innings by being comprehensively yorked. The innings ended with the visitors leading by 268. Avoiding an innings defeat looked as if it was going to be difficult, with Tremlett now producing deliveries such as this one, which was played well by Stephen Moore in the end. Thankfully for Derbyshire, not many behaved like that, and Moore and his opening partner Paul Borrington were able to survive the new ball and 20 overs overall as they reduced the deficit by 62 runs to give their side some confidence that this game had not slipped from their grasp just yet. The batsmen had to be at their best, especially when the spinners were brought into the attack. Gareth Batty was on in the 16th over while Zafar Ansari started his spell in the 21st, and he struck with his 3rd ball, although Moore, who'd scored 30, did not look at all convinced that he'd nicked it to Gary Wilson. Derbyshire went to lunch with a score on 73 for 1, and that became 86 for 2 when Borrington on 38 defended this delivery from Batty, only for the ball to roll back cruelly onto the stumps. Marcus North decided that the best policy was to attack the spinning ball. He smashed Ansari for a 6. But then the Australian tried to go big again next ball and was bowled for 16, the wicket coming with the score on 115 for 3. That soon became 123 for 4 when Wayne Manson was held at silly point by Vikram Solanki, although again the batsman was not too pleased with the decision. The spinners were putting Surrey in control of this match, and Batty should have grabbed his 3rd wicket, only for Hashim Amla to spill a chance at slip to give Alex Hughes a life. Hughes needed to make the most of that moment of fortune, and he and Scott Elston tried to get their heads down to prevent a defeat with a day to spare. After winning for the first time this year in Leicester last week, they will have been disappointed with their collective performance in this match. Ansari was proving to be a handful, and back on after a switch of ends, he found some turn to trap Hughes in front for 18 at 159 for 5. Throughout much of the day, the home side were able to get some partnerships away, but they never amounted to enough. Elston and Gareth Cross added 23 for the 6th wicket, only for the latter to edge Batty behind after making 9. Ansari was starting to produce the occasional unplayable delivery on a pitch which was certainly helping the slow bowlers, ones who were being well used by Wilson. Elston dealt with the turning ball as well as anyone, and he rarely missed out on a bad delivery such as this one. He found support from David Wainwright, who again batted well. These two stuck it out for a dozen overs in putting on 41 runs to take the score to 223, Derbyshire now 45 runs adrift of their opponents. After all the spin, Wilson took the second new ball, and it worked for him, with Elston, who made 47, being bowled on the drive by Dernbach, who now had 249 wickets in his first-class career. He then changed ends to grab his 250th, Tony Palladino the man this time to have his stumps rearranged by the bowler. With 8 men now out, Surrey requested the extra half hour to get the game finished, but Wainwright at least made sure that there will be a little bit of cricket on day 4. These 3 runs off an edge off Ansari took Wainwright to his 50, just after Derbyshire had ensured that they would not lose this game by an innings. Wainwright had needed 86 balls for his half-century, which came just a week after he'd made the best score of his career in the win over Leicestershire. He showed those above him in the order what had been possible. With a tiny lead, the game could no longer be finished on this day, but Batty had Taylor caught at bat pad by Solanki, and then Ansari matched Batty with a 4th wicket as Amla held on at slip to remove Foote. The day ended with Derbyshire all out for 288, Wainwright left unbeaten on 56. Batty ended with 4 for 69 and Ansari 4 for 96, one of his better performances with the ball. It all means that Surrey will need just 21 runs to win on the last day, and they should be celebrating a comfortable victory very early on. It will be their first on the road in the 4-day game since September 2011.